What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski Sports, and this is the On Cloudrock Low Waterproof from the ground up. So the Cloudrock really is a go-to in the off-road shoes in the On lineup for men and for women. And we start on the bottom, you're gonna notice their Mission Grip outsole, which not only has a ton of grip, but it's also designed to be very durable. And a couple things that are really good to note on this thing is, one, there's a couple spots where you can see the midsole coming through. That's basically giving the shoe a little bit more flexibility, not just along the length of it, but also torsionally when you're stepping on those uneven grounds. It allows the bottom of the shoe to adjust and give you a little bit sturdier feel underfoot. And then speaking of that sturdier feel, within those traction lugs, you'll notice these little notches that are going in different directions on the toe and on the heel, giving you even more grip, helping you when you're on your toes to keep the shoe from wanting to slide backward, but also when you're on your heels to keep it from wanting to slide forward. And then of course, going to that midsole like we talked about, this is their Helion Super Foam midsole, and it obviously has their signature Cloud Tech cushioning where you can see these holes that go all the way through the shoe, and those are basically the individual clouds, and when you step down on them, they're not only offering you cushioning, but as you unweight, the shoe is actually pushing your foot back up, which is giving you a little bit of that extra spring out of every single stride. And then incorporated with that midsole is also that X-shaped speed board on the inside, which is giving you the support exactly where you need it and giving you that flexibility in all the right places. And then when we go on top of all that, but right underneath your foot, we're going to be looking at their custom EVA midsole. So this thing is nice and cushy. You can feel it all the way through where you're getting that extra comfort underneath your entire foot. And with that cupping in the back, it's cradling your heel like crazy and really helping to reduce that foot fatigue as you're hiking around all day long. And then as we go from the sole to the upper part of the shoe, we're looking at a lot of recycled polyester materials, very, very breathable in those strategic areas. And then we have that mud guard, which is that more of a solid piece that comes all the way down the side, just to add a little bit more protection on the outside down by the sole and a little bit more durability. And then of course, there's a little extra thick TPU cap on the toe and a little bit on the heel to not only give you support, but really, really give you all the protection you need in those high wear areas. And then as we go to the inside of the upper part of the shoe, you're gonna notice that it has a little bit more of a full sock liner with that gusseted tongue, where really it's one piece from here all the way down. And the nice thing about that is not only does it give you a really good fit, just like you're putting on another sock, but incorporated with that waterproof membrane that's in between the outside of the shoe and the inside of the shoe, all the way up into that area on the tongue right there. This basically means that you can step in water all the way up to that cuff and your foot's gonna stay dry. So you really are getting ultimate comfort, but you're also getting ultimate waterproofness and ultimate protection from all the elements. Then as we go to the lacing, you'll notice it does have a standard lace, and a couple really cool features on this is, one, this bottom eyelet. You'll notice that they've moved it from the tongue down a little bit closer to the sole. This allows you to really pull the forefoot of the shoe, so if you do have a foot that's maybe a little bit narrower, you can get a nice snug fit, really good custom fit down by your toes. And then if you look at the loops up here, they're actually little ropes. So not only is this very, very durable, but it helps keep the lacing a little bit closer to your foot. And when you do pull this tight, these can really help wrap the upper of the shoe around your foot and keep it nice and snug. And you can really get a full customized fit no matter what your foot is shaped like. The Cloudrock really is the ultimate combination of that running style shoe and comfort with all of the features, the traction, the waterproofing that you want out of a hiking shoe. It really is one of the most versatile pieces of footwear in the On lineup to handle a wide variety of terrain, no matter whether you're walking or running. But if you got any questions about anything that we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube channel, and make sure to head on into your local Sun and Ski so you can check out a pair of the On Cloudrocks for yourself. If you don't have one nearby, no big deal. You can always look them up at sunandski.com.